Hello, it's Ash. Welcome to my studio. This is going to be a nice yoga practice to strengthen the hips, work into the glutes, keep everything moving nice and healthily in there. So we're going to start on our back on the mat. We're going to come down with your feet as wide as the mat. We're going to rest your shoulder blades into the mat and just start with a really gentle little windscreen wiper left and right. And I love to do this. I do this every day myself, and I do this with every single one of my clients. You're now doing it too, which is great to loosen off your back and your hips to start. So if you've not subscribed to the channel, if you're new to the channel, please hit this little subscribe button, this little red one in this corner. It's absolutely free for you. And you'll get all the notifications and you'll get all of my latest videos to follow along totally free every time I post. And I do thank you for subscribing to the channel. So what we're going to do from here now is going to place the feet into the floor. Feet are as wide as the mat. And then from here, we're going to set up into that nice bridge. So soften the shoulder blades and then squeeze the bum muscles and just tap both your left and right bum muscles to make sure that they are equally active. They should feel like hard potatoes, shouldn't feel squishy. And then go into the lower back muscles, feel the left and right lower back muscles. They should feel very hard again. And then maybe the back of the thighs are slightly switched on as well, so they might feel mediumly squishy or mediumly hard, if that's such a term, which I don't think it is, but anyway, I've just used it. So we're going to hold this and breathe into the belly button. Try and keep the shoulders relaxed. And when you feel the hips sinking, we're going to squeeze the hips back up. So if the hips start to sink because you're fatiguing, you're just going to squeeze those hips back up. I'm just going to hold this, breathe in and out through the nose if we can. One more breath in. And then as we breathe out, we're just going to slowly release the hips to the floor. Feel that work, that heat. Just roll the knees left and right. There's a little bit of a windscreen wiper to ease them off. Just take the feet a little bit further away now from the hips. So there's a little bend in the knees. This is going to target more of the back of the thighs this time. So same thing, we're going to hip thrust up and squeeze and hold, making sure the upper back and the shoulders is comfortable. But we're just going to send those hips up, working into the back of the thighs a little bit more now. So we're going to hold this here and breathe, really digging those heels in, lift those toes, really squeezing through those lower back muscles and the bum, and just check the back of the thigh muscles now. The back of the thigh muscles will probably be working quite a lot. So the hamstrings area. Try and regulate everything with your breathing. That'll help you focus your mind, but it'll also help you be able to hold it longer. If you've got relaxed breathing, you're going to take more oxygen into the body. If you're hyperventilating, you're going to be distressed today. So I'm going to take one more breath in and out. As we exhale, slowly releasing the hips to the floor. Let's windscreen wiper those knees left and right again to loosen off. Nice and gentle. Notice how each side feels, the left and right. Do they feel the same? Is there a difference there? And then we are going to come up, and we're going to come up onto your side in a moment. We're going to work into the side of your hips and your bum area. So we're going to come up here. And what we're going to do is we're going to rest your elbow into the mat, and then in line, so imagine that there's a line across your mat starting from the elbow. Put the hip in line and then the knee in line with the hip. And then from here, we're going to send the hips up. We're squeezing all the way through the bum into the side of the hip, all the way through underneath here. And try not to extend too much from the shoulder there, so keep the elbow underneath the shoulder. This leg's nice and straight on the top. And what we're going to do from here is we're going to kick the heel up and we're going to breathe every time. We're going to do 15. So you can do 15 in your own pace, or you can follow me. I'm on 5. I'm trying to breathe in and out through your nose. So kicking the heel up as high as you can. You've got 3 more. Keep strong through those hips. One more thing, I don't know. And then come back down when the hips well done. You should feel a lot of work in the bum and the hip area there. I'm going to come to the other side now. So elbow, hip, and knee in line. And then we're going to stack that straight leg on top, send the hips up. Again, make sure that the shoulder, elbow is underneath the shoulder. 15 times on this side. We're going to keep that heel up, keeping that leg nice and straight, like a plank of wood. 3. Try not to let this hip sink. So again, you can copy me. So that's 7, or you can go in your own pace. But try not to rush. It starts to bend quite quickly. And 15, come down. Woo, nice burn. So then we're going to come onto your hands and your knees now. I'm going to do that nice cat-cow. Every yoga pose, every yoga teacher does a cat-cow and get that yoga teacher voice out, don't they? And now we're going to go into cat-cow. I love that yoga teacher voice. Look, yoga teachers do. So we're going to bring your hands underneath your shoulders. I don't know what's going on there. And your knees underneath your hips. And you're going to press your belly to the floor and your chin will come up as you breathe in. Chin to your chest and round through your back as much as you can as you breathe out. I try not to have a yoga teacher voice, but I obviously will do because I'm a yoga teacher. Press your belly to the floor, chin comes up as you breathe in. Chin to your chest and round through your back as you breathe out. So go through that in your own breathing pattern. So your lungs are different to mine. You move through that, or you need to. And think about really tucking your pelvis under here as you tuck your round your back, and really tilting your pelvis as you arch your back. So just feeling that nice nourishment of the spine and the pelvis that you're getting. Last one as you exhale, just have a little bit of a wiggle through the hips, through the wrists, through the elbows, through the shoulders. And we're going to work into those bum muscles again, so the glute muscles and the lower back, which is going to help that hip stability, help your hip health. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to bring that knee to about hip height and trying to keep it at hip height if we can. We're going to do 15, so we're pressing strongly away from the mat. We're going to do 15 heel kicks. Again, you can copy me, 4, 5, or you can do it in your own pace. 5 more. Really squeeze that bum muscle. Strong through the lower back. Last one. And bring it back down, well done. Just have a little bit of a windscreen wiper left and right. I'm going to go to the same thing to the opposite side now. So bringing that other knee up, hip height, press strongly away from the mat, kick the heel up and pulse 15 times. Try not to let the knee drop too low to the floor. That keeps the tension on the muscles, makes them work a little bit harder, which is good, you get a good burn. And then bring it back down. Well done. Have a little bit of a windscreen wiper left and right. Again, roll through the shoulders. Just going to do a little bit of mobility now and strength. So we're going to step the left foot just onto the inside of the left hand here. And then what we're going to do from here is we're going to push forwards and really lean deep into it, trying to keep this front heel into the mat. So if it starts to lift, don't go any further. And then what you do is push strongly back and just rock forwards and backwards. And doing it in a supported way like this, so we're really pushing the foot forward, we're really trying to stretch into the ankle and into the knee, into the hip. If this feels quite easy, you could bring your head up, bring your hands to your hips, and then you just lean into that. Push nice and strongly back, squeeze your bum muscles as you do it, and just push back up here. So again, you're lunging like deep into it as much as you can with the heel on the floor. Nice and strongly push back. And we're just going to do that a few times. Get that nice strength, get that muscle activation, which keeps, again, the hips stable, keeps the knee healthy. Breathe as you do it. Try and relax your shoulders. Nice movement to mobilize and strengthen your body. And then from here, we're going to come back up to here, to head above the back knee. And we're going to straighten the front leg now. dig the heel in, pull the toes up towards your head. And now just gently starting to bow your chest and your head forwards. And if your hands can comfortably come to the floor, they might comfortably come to the floor. But if they're not comfortable, keep your hands on your hips. Keep pulling those toes towards your head. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, and take a deep stretch all the way down the back of the thigh, which eases the pressure on the lower back. Because if these hamstring muscles are tight, it can create issues in the pelvis and the back. Just breathe nice and softly, gently in and out through the nose. Notice where exactly that sensation is and how it feels. And just gently lifting your head, hands to the hips, step the foot backwards, and then just bring your hands down to the mat again, have a little wiggle. I'm going to step the right foot to the inside of the right hand now. Keeping the foot nice and flat. Again, we're just going to lunge deep into it. So if the heel lifts, don't go any further. We want to work into the ankle, so mobility and strength, into the knee and into the hip as well. And then we're going to push back. So we're doing the supported one to start with the hands on the mat. Notice how it feels at this side. So we check how it feels. If it feels good, we can go further and deeper into it. Bring the head over the back knee, hands to the pelvis or to the hips, and then we lunge deep into it. And then push nice and strongly. And just tap the thigh and the bum muscles to make sure that when you're pushing back here, that those muscles are active. Those muscles are the ones that are working. So push you back. That means they're strengthening, targeting the areas that we want to be working to keep those hips stable. Last one. Come back up nice and tall. And then from here, keeping the hands on the hips, dig the heel in, pull the toes up, nice straight leg. Again, we check at this side because this side might feel different. So we start to bring the head and chest forwards. If we're feeling intense stretch, we don't need to go any further. It's not a competition. It's all about finding a nice stretch for your body. Relax your shoulders. If your hands can come to the floor, let's go there. And relax into that stretch as you breathe. Gently bowing your head. Relax your breathing. Relax the muscles around the ribs, chest, shoulders, neck. And from here we're just going to gently start to lift the head up again, hands onto the hips and just gently come out of that, bring the leg in. And then we're just going to bring the hands back onto the mat again. Have a little wiggle through the hips and through the shoulders, nice and gently, nice and soft. And then from here, we're just going to start to bring it down onto your bum, into a cross-legged position. And we're just going to settle in for a moment. Just feel all of the work that you've done. And as I've mentioned at the beginning, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do hit the little red icon over here. You'll get all of my videos when I post them. You get all of the free yoga. It's free for you and it really helps this channel. So thank you for subscribing. So having a little wiggle, settling into your body, noticing how it feels now after that work. Well done for taking the time to work on your body, help it move better, help it feel better. When you feel better in your body, you feel better in your mind. There's a relationship. From here, just relaxing your shoulders, having a little bit of an intention for your day, and then starting the rest of your day with that focus and intention. I'm going to take my hands into my heart and bow my head to you and say thank you for practicing along with me. I shall see you in the next video.